top 10 running backs that's coming into this year, you feel me? And as we already know, in my opinion, I just think that one guy we already know is going to be number one. Christian McCaffrey, man. CMC most definitely is the number one running back. He's the most versatile running back that one of the most versatile running backs that we have in this game, man. CMC can most definitely is an all-purpose running back and catch out the backfield, and he also not scared and showed the ability that he can go in between tackles also. And like I said, if the 49ers was able to beat the Ravens last year, I think that he would have won MVP. So I think that CMC most definitely should be number one running back. Number two, it got to be King Henry. I understand a lot of people saying that he had a down year last year, but look what team he was playing with, the Tennessee Titans. They didn't build no other type of offense other than run, Henry, run. And with all that, man, Henry still was able to be 1,000-yard rusher. He was still able to be able to see the end zone, and he was also had passing touchdowns also. So Derrick Henry, I'm not saying that you look to pass and he's a dual threat running back, anything in the nature, but who wants to see Derrick Henry on a downhill slide, especially on that stiff arm? So Derrick Henry's number two. Now, number three is probably going to raise another controversial, but number three is going to have to be Nick Chubb for the Cleveland Browns, man. If he didn't get hurt last year, the Browns would have been a scary team, especially the way Joe Flacco came to play for the Browns towards the end of the season. Like, if he had a Nick Chubb that he can just hand off a lot, I don't think that Joe Flacco would be able to throw the ball as much as he did last year, or that passing game would have went to another level. Because Nick Chubb is most definitely a top 5 running back in this game. Like I said, it wasn't for that injury, man, top 3. And if y'all not paying attention to his recovery, man, this guy is already squatting over 400 pounds after like 8 months after surgery. Whew, that is a freaking nature. So my Ravens defense has got to get prepared for him this upcoming season twice a year. But Nick Chubb is my number 3. Number 4 is probably going to be another controversy, Joe Mixon. If you haven't watched Joe Mixon play, yo, please go watch him and understand why he is my number 4 running back. Joe Mixon is most definitely a monster. Cincinnati is going to miss him, let him go down to Houston Texans, because Joe Mixon can most definitely run between tackles. He's not scared of contact, and he can catch out the backfield, being elusive. So that's why Joe Mixon is most definitely my top 4. Number 5 is going to be Saquon Barkley. Saquon would have been higher if he can just stay healthy. That's my only pick with Saquon. But now that you go to the Philadelphia Eagles with a healthy Jalen Hurts, with that A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith in that passing game, I think Saquon doesn't have to do as much as he had to do with the New York Giants. So if he don't have to do as much, I think that he will have an easier game. You know what I mean? Which means it won't be a lot of toll on his body. So Saquon Barkley will come number 5. Number 6 is another running back that I think that is a stud, a diamond in the rough. And only if Aaron Rodgers was able to stay healthy, he would have had 1,000 yards, in my opinion. It would have been Breece Hall for the New York Jets. He had 994 rushing yards last year, but man, coming off of ACL, nobody didn't expect Shorty to even clips over 600 yards rushing. So with Aaron Rodgers coming back and Breece Hall being in that backfield, I really just think that Breece Hall is the number 7 will be Jahmyr Gibbs from the Detroit Lions. Gibbs is most definitely showing you that he's the up-and-coming star in this running back, man, because a lot of people just thought, and these guys both almost ran for 1,000 yards last year. So I just think that if Jahmyr Gibbs to get more touches, which I think that he will this year, I think that he will eclipse that 1,000 yards, and that's why I got him up there. Number 8 is going to be Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is the monster. And I felt like when the Raiders had McDaniels as their guy, as their play caller, they didn't use Jacobs effective. This guy is an automatically 1,000-yard back. And y'all would think that he runs so aggressive and everything that this guy can't catch at the backfield, that Josh Jacobs can surprisingly catch out the backfield. And I think that the Green Bay Packers got to steal since they letting Aaron Jones go, that you still get a stud in a running back, 1,000-yard running back that can help Jordan Love whenever they get that contract situation together. So I just think that putting him up there, Josh Jacobs, is most definitely a stud. Number 9 would be Bijan Robinson for the Atlanta Falcons. I think that if Atlanta get that offensive line together, that Bijan Robinson is going to be very scary. Now that they got Kirk Cousins that can command the offense, and hopefully they can get the ball to Drake London or the other wide receivers that they have down there, I just think that will really help out Bijan Robinson to get there. What's that number? What was that like? All right, so I think I was in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so number 10. Number 10 was also had a toss-up too. And I'm going to go with Stromile Swift to come around to round off my top 10 running backs, man. It was between him and Kyren Williams from the Los Angeles Rams. I just think that those two running backs it's a hit or miss. You can't go wrong. But I'm going to go ahead and pick Stromile Swift, man. Stromile Swift really show you. I see why Philly moved and went to Saquon Barkley's direction, but Stromile Swift is a monster. He's also a dual threat. He's also a guy that can catch out the backfield and get elusive. There's also a guy that can run between tackles. And I think that Stromile Swift is really not Stromile Swift. I'm so sorry, y'all. Oh man, I got the basketball player on my mind, not Stromile Swift, DeAndre Swift. I'm sorry. And I think that he really going to help the Chicago Bears out with Caleb Williams with their rookie quarterback. You already got a good wide receiver play. You got a great running back that can hold his own. Also, so Swift is most definitely going to be my 10th running back, man. I can't believe I was saying some damn Stromile Swift, man. Oh, man. Let's see what we got. Josh Jacobs. Yes. Josh Jacobs. Got to go back, Harley, man. I understand that you as a Raiders fan